This is our shipping container. It's where we're storing all of our gear while we travel to Africa on our Chimneys for Africa project. Now, it's also home to my tool collection. We're a family of 4 rebuilding a Land Rover to travel through Africa installing life-saving chimneys in cooking huts in remote areas. And in this video, we're going to be talking about what tools I'm taking to Africa. Now that's a surprisingly more difficult question than you might anticipate, because I have a lot of tools and I like making stuff. But hopefully you'll get a bit of an overview of what we're trying to achieve over there and how my thinking has shifted in terms of what tools I'm taking. So a few months ago, when I was planning out what tools I was going to take, I thought I'll just take my toolbox that I've had for the last 7 years. Now, I've built many things from this toolbox. Bookshelves, home extensions, and it's got everything I need. Power tools, minus the circular saw, which is in another box. Clamps, chisels. However, where we're going to be going to places that really don't have much. And what they do have is hand tools and physical labour. So me turning up a box full of power tools, pulling them out, making stuff, which I very much enjoy, wouldn't actually help the cause that we're trying to achieve, which is local communities being able to build and make their own devices, their own solutions. So therefore what we're going to do is take a much more lean toolkit, essentially hand tools, and then use what's over there to build things. And that way we know that the local community can assemble things with what they have on hand. So what tools do you actually need for a Chimneys for Africa expedition? What tools do you need to make a chimney in Africa? Let me show you. As you may well remember from the test chimney we installed in Tanzania last year, the design is so simple if it's laser cut that all you really need to install the chimney is a set of 2 10mm spanners to do up the bolts, or a riveter if you're using rivets, and something to cut through the roof. Yeah. That's it. And then this time, in terms of, we're doing a bit more thatch roofing, so I'm taking a handsaw to be able to cut a hole in the roof. This is a bit of unknown territory, so I'll also take a little jab saw. Also taking one of these. Now it's quite dusty, as you can see, because it was in a really bottom drawer of my shed. But this will allow me to make any holes adjustments. So, take a pair of tin snips, gloves, we only found one at the moment, safety glasses, earplugs, always be with earplugs and safety glasses, tape measure, measure room dimensions, etc. And an axe. Just don't go anywhere without an axe. Chop firewood, do stuff. Yeah. I'm outside AirMet Melbourne's office. I've just been going through some equipment with Andrew. AirMet have generously loaned us some equipment to be able to measure air quality inside huts before we install the chimney and after we install the chimney. This includes field sensors and wearable sensors. They were really excited about gathering some data to determine the chimney's efficacy. It's morning time, it's freezing cold. We're off to the shed to make up a prototype. Not really a prototype, this will be the thing we take that attaches to the top of this tripod and allows us to mount all our measuring devices. And as you know, I love making things, so I had envisioned a bracket to sit atop this camera tripod. But as you also know, simplicity, not the mother of invention. Simplicity is good. So what I've come up with is a clamp with a carabiner clip. This is the mount for the CO2 humidity and temperature measurement. and that slides in here. And if I clamp this on like so, that gives me a really solid mount point for this. That slides in the top, and then the dust canary, that makes that sit nicely there. This one sits here, and then with this I'll do a hook that can then hook on a rope to the carabiner clip, just a simple loop.